Good morning, guys. Welcome to Life of Bliss. Today we're going to be running some wiring through the attic, actually coming up from the basement into the garage, through the attic, across the house, and down on the other side because of this. That right there, well, that's a lot of shit. This is actually from our septic system that the soil has failed on. You can see one of the lateral lines right there popping up, and everything is coming out. You can see another lateral line actually right down here as it starts raining on me. So this has failed. It's we knew about it for the past year or so, and we actually have a city sewage hookup across our creek in our field on the other side. So we are going to be running some wiring to put in a sewage pump and connect to the city sewage instead of doing the septic. We actually got tested in another spot. The soil ended up failing there as well. This actually has been here for about 20 years, this system has, and you know, really just like I said, within the past year we started seeing, well, the past 2 years, started seeing the lateral lines kind of seeping up from the soil, and really the past year it's starting to leak out. So what we're gonna do is, the septic tank is actually right up here, and we'll be running some wiring down along this side of the house over here and creating a trench, filling in the septic tank where it's at, but then that wire is going to be going along, as well as the sewage line going along down to about that pipe, cutting across and heading down our driveway for the sewage. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started running that wiring. I'm going to be doing this over the next couple days. This will just be a video on the wiring, I believe, and then I'll probably do another video on the whole sewage tank installation. So I did say in the last video, you guys were going to be seeing a lot more of the house. We're going to start with the least pretty areas first. Back in here in the storage room, we're going to connect our wiring obviously to our main panel, head over here, and this is a radon pipe here that comes up into our garage, and run the wiring up through the ceiling there into the garage. So it'll be coming out right around there. I'm gonna have to navigate around some of this stuff, but that line will then be running up into the ceiling, into the attic. And then that wire will be coming through the floor in the attic about right there. We are going to run that wire up and across. This is a mess up here, but gonna run it across the rafters here a little ways, and ultimately we're going to be ending up, like, see where the fireplace chute is there. Going to be on the other side of that, over there towards the corner, almost all the way towards that back corner right there. And whenever we were building the place, I did a lot of work over the years with my dad up here in the attic. Put some just OSB board down just so we could walk around, which is super nice if you guys are ever doing work in the attic. Throw some boards down, makes it easier, but be following those boards over, and then in that corner area is where I'm planning on dropping that line down, and it'll be over on the deck, which I'll show you now. So here on the deck, ultimately down there is where the line is going to start going into the ground, where we're going to be digging the trench for that sewage pump. But up here on the deck, so there's a vent right there, which I'll be able to locate up there in the attic. It's going to come out right in that 3-foot area there. I'm not sure exactly where quite yet. Run it over to the corner. It's going to run down. I'm probably going to put an electrical outlet here, just to be able to have some electricity on the deck. Run down through that hole there, or that space between the deck, run down to the bottom, and then start running it along the concrete foundation there underneath the siding. And like I said, it'll terminate over there on the side of the house, where we will bury that line, and that will be a 10 gauge wire for the pump itself, and then also a 12 gauge wire for the control panel. So I'm just going to start by running these wires in the attic and have junction boxes where I need to, but I've got some 12-2 wire that I'm going to be running, this indoor wire, and then also some 10-2 wire for that pump. Now this is outdoor, actually direct burial rated wire. We will need to use that eventually anyways. I'm going to be putting that still in some conduit in the ground, but this is outdoor wet rated wire, and I'm using it inside as well because, believe it or not, this was about $30 cheaper than the indoor 10-2 wiring. So Going to be using the UFB rated for the entire run. Then we got staples, wire cutter, and hammer. That should get us what we need to do in the attic. All right, boys, it's already getting a little warm up here, but went ahead. I've got plenty of slack of both lines left over. Here's going to be my starting point. I just got a staple to hold those up. Going to be coming through the floor. I don't know exactly where I'm going to terminate it quite yet for the junction box, but plenty of slack to get me where I need to go. I have my route planned out through the attic here. I'm going to just do one at a time. I was planning on doing both like that in the staples. It's just going to be easier dealing with one roll of wire at a time. Probably going to do 12 gauge first, run it across, leave plenty of slack like this on the other side to make sure I have, you know, plenty of wire to make the termination, and we'll just start working one staple at a time. All right, so I'm back here in the back corner where the wires are going to end up. As you can see, I started over there and ran it along that support. Ran a couple wires up through here. And this is high enough to where no one's going to be hitting it whenever they're walking. And as long as they're secured every 4 foot or so, that should be fine. Move around here. The wires come down, and I'm planning on either this first section or the second section there, drilling up in between there. I'll measure that off outside, but I got a lot of wire coiled up just like at the start, so I'll be able to throw the junction box in the garage, or actually I'm gonna throw a junction box up here in the attic, and then also one out on the deck out there, so you don't have super long wire runs. I mean, you're not going to be able to run all this in one run because that'd be a little too difficult snaking it through the conduit and everything, and that's what they make junction boxes for. So next step, I'm going to go in the basement and start running everything up to the garage and into the attic. So up here in the garage, if you remember up top there, the wires are right up there where the vent pipe is coming out for the radon. I'm going to run the electrical along this little wall here, and at the bottom I've got a little nail hole for me down in the basement to show me exactly where I want that hole to be made. Should be able to see that. If not, I can adjust from there, but we'll get down in the basement, pull some insulation out, and see where it's at. So here's that corner where the radon pipe is coming up. I'm going to pull out this insulation here and see what we got. All right, and you can see up there in the wall, there's the screw right there where the light was that I put through. It's right next to a stud there, and actually there's a stud up there. That would be better because I'm going to secure the conduit, and that'll actually give me a spot to secure the junction box out there too. So I'll move it up just a little bit and put a 1-inch hole in there for the 1-inch conduit. That hole right there. Drill the right way. Oh, are you kidding me? And of course the battery dies as soon as we're using it. Okay, let's try that again, shall we? There we go. So now be seen out to the garage. So I'm up here in the attic. There's a board there that I'd like to put the conduit next to, just to secure it, and the nail that I push through to make the conduit straight outside is just past that insulation there, so we'll see if I can get to it and drill a hole up here in the attic. There we are, got it fairly close. That will give us a room to run our wire and conduit up, and then we'll be able to make the connection up here in the attic. So we're at the point I'm going to start cutting some of this pipe here, and since we had this 2x8 already there, I added another 2x4 support up top, since that hole is sticking away from the wall a little bit. And then I have marked off down here, once this goes up into the hole, the camera work is not great right now. Once it goes up into the hole, I've marked off where I want to cut off my pipe there. to make the connection. Hi, dude.
Hi.
What are you doing?
I was telling you good night.
Oh, okay. Good night, buddy.
Good night, Dad.
Now you really want to dry fit everything together like I did in there before you start running your wires and gluing everything together. So this is only 2 pipes on this this junction box here. I'm just going to glue this little guy that's going to be going into the basement now, but then I'm going to be running the wire through the longer pipe that you just saw going up to the attic before I go ahead and glue it together onto here. So whenever you're gluing PVC like this, just take a little sandpaper, scuff up the 2 sides that you're going to be gluing. That'll help that adhesive really get a good grip on the PVC. And then we're just taking some primer, which you can see there, and some cement for PVC piping, and joining the 2 pieces. All right, so I've cut about 14 foot, both the 12 gauge and the 10 gauge there. Enough for about 1 foot to be on the bottom end and about 2 to 3 foot up there in the attic. And we're going to be snaking it through our conduit there. And I shouldn't have to go over this, but I mean, it's probably pretty basic instinct for you guys, but grab your bottle of lube, whether it be KY, Astroglide. I've got the Clear Glide here. It's actually for electricians, but I mean, any lubricant will do. Go ahead and lube those tubes up and start shoving it in. All right, so there we go. Got 3 feet on one end and about 1 foot on the other for the junction box down here in the garage. All right, so now that conduit is ran, take our box here, throw both of our lines in, put it in our hole over there. Now we'll be able to lower this. This isn't on there tight, so I can lower this down. I can glue it together and then secure it both there and there. And all we'll have to do then is snake some wires in through the basement to get this connection complete up to the attic. All right, we got the wires poking through, conduit secured in 3 spots on the way up to the attic, and enough wire to make all of our connections. The next step is going to be making those connections in the junction box in the attic, and then also running wire from the breaker box into the garage here. And once I'm ready to connect these wires, got both ran up across the rafters here and stapled to be secured, and through the pipe out to the garage. So I really don't like crawling around in insulation, but we're up here again in the attic. Over by the side, we're just going to drop down on the deck. Now, these studs are 16-inch on center. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it in this first cavity here because of the, I'm going to be doing 2 90-degree turns. I'm going to shoot for this cavity right here. I'm going to drill a smaller hole to pull the wire puller through up there to make sure I can see it, and there's no issues with access, and just avoid this this stud here. So we'll go out on the deck, drill a small hole, push our wire puller up, and see what we find. All right, we'll see if I can show you without falling off the ladder here. So right here is about 16-inch. That stud's probably gonna be right in this area, so I'm gonna move over one panel here, put my 90-degree going up, and then I'll just put a little extension in the joint there to make this go all the way over to the wall, and then that will run straight down the side. So I'll drill a small hole through my wire puller up there, just make sure I have good access, and then go back up to the attic. But man, not a bad view from up here. But I am kind of scared of heights. So I have the wire puller up through the soffit there, and I know I put a bunch of extra wire here. I was actually planning on doing a junction box outside, kind of up towards the soffit, but the more I thought about it, it'd probably be best just to throw it up here in the attic. So there's a little bit of extra wire, not a big deal. Wire's pretty cheap, and that's, I don't know, maybe only 10 foot extra. I've got the wire, both the UFB rated wires now, the 12-2 and the 10-2, and I'm going to be running from a junction box in here down through the soffit and down to the outlet out on the deck. So let's go ahead and do that process now. And also real quick, I kind of fed the wires down in the access there, and I went ahead and stapled them so they will not pull through. These are tight in there, so they're not going anywhere. And then I'll make a junction box. I'll staple these over here and make the junction box, I don't know, right over in here somewhere. All right, we got our wire through. So I'm gonna keep pulling this until it stops, run it through my conduit. I have dry fit everything up to make sure it's going to fit correctly. Run it through the conduit and start gluing stuff together. All right, so I'm in the final stages here, just lubing up my tubes, shoving wires through all the way to the top there, just taking one piece at a time, getting it all the way up before starting on the next one. And there was no real worry about fitment. Everything was dry fitted, like I said. Just take one piece at a time, gluing it, and make sure your angles are correct before your glue sets up, which doesn't take too long. But let's just take a moment to appreciate the drone footage here. The quality that you guys are getting in this video. Oh shit, the battery died. Well, that was a good try. It will be run down the side of the house there, and oh hey, a log splitter. That's back there, and my grass. There you go. Yeah, so unfortunately the drone died the other day, but as you can see here, and it is raining on me right now, but I've got the conduit ran through, everything glued together, secured in a few spots down the wall here. I put a GFCI outlet off of that 12 gauge wire, so I have some power up here on the deck, and then it continues on down below the deck. I'll go down there real quick and show you. It continues on down to the bottom here. I was thinking about putting a junction box there, but honestly it's really kind of difficult to terminate the 10-2 wire and the 12-2 wire together in one of these smaller boxes. So I just put a 90-degree angle over there, and this is where I ended it for now. As you can see, I got another piece of conduit laid out. I am going to be running it along the bottom of the house over here underneath the siding, but I'm not quite sure where our plumber is going to be digging that trench quite yet to run the new line for the plumbing and then also for the electrical. So I'm gonna wait until he's here and gets that dug out. That way I can cut the pipe to length, get that all set up with a junction box, and start burying the line. And while we're out here, I actually had our bill jack out because I was initially planning on running a line down from that corner over there from the house down the side here, and then burying it from there over. But I think this was a better option. Not only am I able to access it easier up there with a ladder instead of using the bill jack or a very tall ladder, but I was also able to give us a power outlet up on the deck where we didn't have power before. We actually had power down here below on the patio, so it wasn't really necessary for me to throw an outlet over there in the corner, so that turned out okay. But I think I'll go ahead and end this video here. Like I said, it is obviously raining out here today for us. It is pretty wet right now, so it's gonna be a few days, possibly a week before the plumber gets out here to dig that trench. He's gonna bring his backhoe out. We've got a bobcat to help facilitate the process, so we're going to be getting all of that done in a few days after it dries up. That will be a separate video that I'm going to do of us digging that trench, laying these lines, and just kind of the process of adding a sewage pump and hooking up to the main sewer. I'm not going to be doing a lot of that, but I figured I would document it, and then I will be doing some bobcat work and then also running the rest of the electrical for them. So that part I will be doing. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope this video was helpful. Not necessarily a how-to video, but I've never personally ran anything through the soffit of home before, so that was a learning experience for me. Electrical I've done, but yeah, like I said, I hope this was helpful for you. I appreciate you guys watching Life of Bliss, and I will see you soon.